Another Bitcoin maxi is coming around. They're all going to have to come around because, well, truth is going to slap them right between the eyes. And here's another one. Here's the thing. These people that you see that are influencers, especially those that are screaming at the top of their lungs, Bitcoin, 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 Ethereum, 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 Solana, Solana, Solana. It's all the same group of people. They don't have legal regulatory clarity, not a single one of those things. But they've always had some really weird beginnings. Who knows who the Satoshi is? Who started Bitcoin? That's a mystery. Ethereum, JP Morgan's behind that. And there's a lot of disguised whales, right? A lot of people who invested in it secretively before Bill Hinman went and gave that, I want to say it's a criminal speech. When he said, putting aside Ethereum and the ICO, it's a great product. Or he said something to that effect. You can't put it aside. It was illegally started, I guess. It was illegally put together. And a lot of people got to get in, paid off their buddies, in my opinion, paid off their buddies at the SEC. Gave a phony speech. There was no rule created, no legislation from Congress. They just put out a speech. No, it's my opinion. This one here is not a security. It's just an opinion. But at the same time that Bill Hinman said that, he was working at the SEC and still employed by, I forgot who the group was. It was an attorney's firm or something that represented the Ethereum Foundation. So he's basically giving the people he works for a free pass. But I think that's a conversation for another day. However, those two are phony. Solana just came out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, that's all you hear about in the news agencies, right? And all the business news cycle. It's all this Solana, Solana, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum. It's only these things. And you're like, let me see here. The patent for XRP was filed before Bitcoin. It was in 1988. XRP itself is the second blockchain that came into existence. It's the second longest running live blockchain. It's got a huge multi-billion, I think the company's worth far more than $15 billion in Ripple. And it's got a real product, a real balance sheet. It's got global reach. It's part of the digital asset stockpile. It won a lawsuit, a 4-year lawsuit against the SEC that was fraudulent as can be. Part of it perpetuated by that speech from Bill Hinman. And you look at all this and you're like, these maxis, the only reason that you can justify why they would be so blinded, because they're supposed to be such good experts at investing and charts and all this other stuff. The only thing that I can fathom in my mind is that they've been paid to put forth that propaganda so people buy into it, because all the technology behind Bitcoin is number go up. I have it for 100,000. You need to buy it for 101,000. And so we go. And that's the only thing propelling it up. It's got no real use case. The store of value idea is stupid, because every bear market, it loses 60 to 80% of its value. It didn't store it. And it's happened after every bull run. It goes bust. It is not a store of value. It's BS is what it is. And they know it. And so it doesn't work for payments. It doesn't even realize its own white paper. XRP is a realization of the Bitcoin white paper. It's for payments, easy, consumer driven. We can send it from. I can send money right now to Antarctica if I want. If there's somebody over there with a phone and an internet connection, I can send it to them. Even though there have been systems set up to where we won't even need internet connections. And in some cases, not even the phone to send money. But that's for another day. Check out what this guy has to say. He sounds a little bit solemn, but he's having to admit XRP's on her way. So check out the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. And we will see you guys on the next one. Until next time, adios, amigos.
But outside of ETFs, Ripple is expanding with Franklin Templeton and DBS, a $1.5 trillion potential RWA play with XRP Ledger, which is enormous. You know, Ripple really is concentrating on financial markets and banks.
Forever.
And they love XRP Ledger. And you know what? They may be loving the new stablecoin too. So,
Yep.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he sounds excited, right?
And if you ask ChatGPT for a price prediction, this is what it says. Conservative, 2.5 to 3.5. That's right where it is. Okay? So there is a scenario where XRP doesn't really move a whole lot. Like the worst case scenario. It just stays where it's at. The base scenario, the moderate bull, which is the more likely scenario, XRP will go to $4.50 to $6. In a strong bull market, which is more likely now because of the guaranteed rate cuts we're getting, $7 to $10. That's triple from where it's at now. And it could go even higher than that, but triple it seems pretty good prediction. $10 certainly could happen.